typical breakfast. A typical fruit juice. A typical response.
Everything all right, George?
Now there's a new fruit juice from St. Ivor, Real Premier. If you swap it for your typical fruit juice, you'll find it costs a little more, but then it tastes.
Here, we're growing our own oranges.
Real Premier. You'll never want your typical fruit juice again.
John washes carefully every day.
So does Rick.
John's soap smells nice.
Rick's face wash clears away grease.
John's soap's a pretty colour.
Rick's helps clear pore clogging dirt and kills bacteria.
John's soap's got a fancy name.
Rick's face wash is called Biactol.
John's spots are a problem.
Rick's aren't.
John doesn't like being spotted.
Neither does Rick. For fewer spots, wash with Biactol. It's better than soap and water, John.
Kitty cat, that's living. Ooh, kitty cat, get up and going. Kitty cat,
New improved Kitty Cat.
so green.
Chunkier and tastier.
Kitty cat,
With all the meat and nourishment a cat needs every day.
getting the most out of life. New kitty cat.
When I pay good money for saucepans, I expect them to last. Don't you? Now, Prestige Lifetime is guaranteed to last 10 years. And that means thousands of hours on your cooker and a lot of time in the washing up. That's why only Prestige Lifetime have thicker stainless steel bodies, solid copper bottoms, and real teak handles. Excuse me.
You can put the dinner on. I'll be home in 20 minutes.
For looks that last, it's Lifetime. Only from Prestige.
Keeping memories has always been a Kodak tradition, always pushing technology forward in the aim for clearer, sharper, superb color pictures. A technology that has now taken us into space. From the first steps to the first steps into the future, Kodak film will keep it for you. Keep it with Kodak.
People are always asking me why there isn't a Bernard Matthews chicken. Well, there hasn't been a chicken I was prepared to put my name to till now. And here it is, the Bernard Matthews Mini Roaster. My specially selected young chickens are corn-fed for a better taste. Like these tender young vegetables, my mini roasters don't have to be big to be beautiful. You'll find them in the freezer from only £1.19.
There's one thing you can't mistake. Gold. Gold blend from Nescafe. An aroma that promises how good your cup of coffee is going to be. Then, that very special gold blend taste. Richer, purer, smoother. That unique blend of beans can only be Nescafe Gold Blend. Honestly, would you let a man give you anything else?
Gold Blend, only from Nescafe.
The exhibition at Simply Bathrooms is now open with every major bathroom manufacturer on permanent display. Simply Bathrooms, off the High Road, Ilford.
What's that?
It's a packet of PG Tips.
Oh, and what's that?
PG Tips tea bags.
And what's that?
A PG Tips caddy pack.
And what's that?
PG tags.
Yeah, do you mean I can get me favourite tea in 1, 2, 3, 4 different ways?
That's right.
Well, that's great. That'll put a smile on the wife's face.
Whatever suits you best. There's no other tea to beat PG.
Imagine yourself in a bath filled with bubbles, soothed from your toes to your chin. Leave the world far behind as those bubbles now glide over your beautiful skin.
New mild, pure palm olive bath foam. The art of lovely looking skin in bubble form.
Picture yourself in a bath filled with bubbles, soothing your beautiful skin.
New palm olive bath foam and shower foam.
If your butter tastes much saltier than Galway Bay, then don't dismay, everything's okay. Spread a little creaminess the Lurpak way. The taste of Lurpak butter is the uppermost. Ask any decent host, it's the cream he'll boast. Spread a little creaminess upon your toast.
Lurpacked with creamy taste.
Simple. Why make your life more complicated?
People are always asking me why there isn't a Bernard Matthews chicken. Well, there hasn't been a chicken I was prepared to put my name to till now. And here it is, the Bernard Matthews Mini Roaster. My specially selected young chickens are corn-fed for a better taste. Like these tender young vegetables, my mini roasters don't have to be big to be beautiful. You'll find them in the freezer from only £1.19.
New VO5 shampoo, more gentle cleanser. Fewer additives, an entirely new kind of shine.
It's the way it should be. A kiss, a glance, it's hot, it's cool. A smile, a chance, it's breaking a rule. It's just how you feel when you know it's for real. It's a hit, it's a call. Who is it? Who is it?
I was very surprised at how easily Amy took to Whiskers after fresh food. I don't have to cook fresh foods for Amy. I don't have to supplement her diet with vitamins and minerals because Whiskers contains everything she needs.
Over the years, we've made sure that Whiskers always provides a completely balanced diet for cats, watching generations grow strong, healthy, and happy on a diet of Whiskers.
I wish I'd tried Whiskers when Amy was a kitten rather than when she was 1.5 years old. She's looking very healthy, very contented, and I think Whiskers gives her everything she needs for a happy, healthy life.
Best ever Whiskers. In tests, 8 out of 10 owners who expressed a preference said their cats preferred it.
Take off the hat, cover your head, start taking some air. Youth Polish shampoo will give hair more bounce. Youth Polish shampoo will give hair more flair.
Palmolive's new family of shampoos is now richer and creamier to help keep hair clean and healthy looking.
Youth Polish shampoo will give hair more hair. Gives you beautiful hair.
Protein.
Pardon?
Beef's a valuable source of protein. We did it in school last week. I suppose you'll be cooking them by the moist heat method.
Is there any other way?
Oh, yes. And a sprinkling of fresh parsley would enhance the presentation.
Give us a chance. I haven't finished yet.
Just a suggestion.
This afternoon.
Today's special is a dish of valuable protein cooked by the moist heat method, enhanced with an aromatic garnish.
Come again?
Meatballs to you, dear.
The Power Shower. It does everything you want it to. It gives you the control to suit your mood. To pamper, to soothe your cares away. Or invigorate, to leave you feeling tingling fresh. Added to your gas central heating, its powerful pump maintains the temperature you choose and keeps the luxurious flow constant. The Power Shower. Now a shower with real power from British Gas.
OTV's first ever summer sale. Colour TVs from just £45, Ferguson VHS videos from an amazing £125. Don't miss it.
Shape yogurt has no artificial colouring. Just to put the record straight.
See how the London Standard can save you money on great days out with the kids this summer. In tomorrow's London Standard, you'll find money-saving vouchers for Windsor Safari Park, Littlecote Elizabethan Manor and Adventure Park, Bewley National Motor Museum, Woburn Wild Animal Kingdom and Leisure Park. Get tomorrow's London Standard for great days out and great savings.
Standard, Standard! Read all about it in the Standard.
When you buy the special packs of Dairylea, you now get 10% extra Dairylea free.
Generations have trusted Dettol to protect them from germs because Dettol gives an antiseptic cleanliness that's simply safe.
Starting shortly on ITV, there's another visit to the Yorkshire Dales to meet the residents of Emmerdale Farm. Here on Channel 4, news and reports from around the world with the Channel 4 News.
Slazenger Sport. Choose the mild, frequent wash shampoo. Take on an actively effective deodorant. Work out on the range. Slazenger Sport. No contest.
Oh, Gran, I'd better make the Quick Brew. Quick Brew brews a smashing cup of tea because these flavour perforations really bring out all the rich taste of the tea.
Lovely. That's better. Dad, the weather's getting worse.
Don't worry, son. It's just a storm in a teacup.
Quick Brew brews a smashing cup of tea.
It's opening more doors to more jobs. Action for jobs. Opportunities for learning the skills needed today and retraining for new skills. Ways to help people who've been out of work for a long time with jobs on the community program. Help to build new small businesses and encourage enterprise. More than 30 government programs offering help to over 1 million people, opening more doors to more jobs. Call, free phone, Action for Jobs for a booklet.
Young Hamilton, isn't it?
Oh, hello, sir.
Come up in the world since the old pushback, I see. Oh, and smoking gold block. Most kind. I see nothing's changed here, then. No, but I always knew you'd do all right for yourself, Hamilton. Well, I had a good teacher.
Gold block, the finest tobacco you can get your hands on.
The pressures of daily life may lead to nervous tension, and nervous tension may lead to a headache that slows you down. That's when many people reach for the #1 best-selling brand of pain reliever, Anodin. When you're slowed by tense, nervous headache, the fast, effective pain-relieving ingredient of Anodin can help you get going again. Don't be slowed down by headache. Go for Anodin.
Behind every new car you buy from Alan Day is the unique Mercedes-Benz support and service. For more information and to see the whole range, call in at 341 Finchley Road, London Northwest 3. Or phone us on 01435 1133.
There's only one difference between Julie and Claire. Claire now contains sodium benzoate, saccharin, sunset yellow colouring and tartrazine. But Julie doesn't because she's drinking St. Clement's. St. Clement's. We promise no artificial colourings, sweeteners or flavouring in any of our soft drinks. Thank you, Julie.
I'm Claire.
St Clements.
Now it's time for Channel 4 News, and at ITN tonight are Trevor MacDonald and Alistair Stewart. It's 7 o'clock.
Hello, good evening. There's rising tension in Northern Ireland tonight in the wake of a loyalist incursion into the Republic of Ireland. The East Belfast MP, Peter Robinson, who was arrested during that incident, says he's gone on hunger strike. And an extremist Protestant organisation has responded to the IRA threat against companies servicing the security forces by saying that anyone with IRA business connections is now a legitimate target. Tonight on Channel 4 News, the Northern Ireland minister deplores the loyalist raid and says the unionists have failed to understand the substance of the Anglo-Irish Accord. Also tonight, in the Gloucestershire village of Stroud, anxious parents gather to seek reassurance from the government about the spread of meningitis. The first American agent to defect to the Soviet Union in nearly 20 years. The Soviets say an ex-CIA man has sought political asylum. Coming to the Edinburgh Festival, South African political theatre finds its unique way of getting round the emergency regulations. And we have a profile of one of the rising stars of the Tory party. Can William Waldegrave help Mrs. Thatcher with the Green vote? First this evening, a new escalation in the sectarian tension in Northern Ireland. This evening, the Ulster Freedom Fighters, the illegal Protestant paramilitary group, issued a statement which they say is their response to the IRA's threat against those who supply the security forces. They issued a video from which this picture is taken and said they regard anyone who prints or sells IRA literature or who works for a business which contributes to the IRA as a target. The latest development came after a potentially damaging blow to the Anglo-Irish Accord, an incursion by loyalists across the border to a village in the Republic. That ended with the arrest of the deputy leader of the Democratic Unionist Party, Peter Robinson, the MP for Belfast East. He's now in a police cell in the Republic, refusing to take food or water. 2 Garda policemen received slight injuries as a group of about 150 men attacked a police station. They only dispersed when shots were fired over their heads. The Royal Ulster Constabulary say they had reports of groupings of loyalists in Catholic areas in the north yesterday afternoon. An alert went out and hundreds of vehicles were checked. But in Swartra, the RUC say a large contingent of loyalists damaged buildings and cars before police arrived. It wasn't until the early hours that some loyalists crossed into the south, marching into Clontibret, less than a mile from the border. Mr. Robertson says he went along only as an observer and says the episode proves how bad border security is in the province.
I can tell you this, that as far as security along the border is concerned, we have the worst area of South Armagh with a gaping hole in it without any sign of security forces on either side of the border. And if, I don't know, it must have been about 500 men in all involved on both sides of the border in the group that I was accompanying. And if 500 men can walk around in what's supposed to be bandit country, how much easier must it be for the IRA going in ones and twos?
The tiny village of Clontibret was swamped by security forces today. Last night, it was in the hands of hundreds of masked men, attacking the unmanned police station, throwing stones and even small trees uprooted from the grounds.
I was terrified. We were all shaking in bed. We really were terrified. Every young baby. And I was really afraid for our lives.
So we were lined up in fours out in the middle of the road there. And someone was in command and they gave a command of quick march. And they walked down the village, marched down the village and come back up again and stopped up at the crosshair, and that's when the patrol cars and the army arrived.
2 Garda officers were kicked and punched and only rescued when colleagues fired shots into the air. The loyalists say their raid was to prove the inadequacy of border security, and as they marched back to the north, they threw away balaclavas, cudgels and other weapons. But DUP Deputy Leader Peter Robinson was taken to Monaghan Garda Station and held under the Offences Against the State Act. He was visited this afternoon by his wife Iris. As she spent over an hour with her husband, one of the officers injured at Clontibret left the station, ordered home to rest. Mrs. Robinson emerged to announce that her husband is refusing food and drink.
Peter Barry's hospitality. He doesn't know if there's going to be charges pressed or not.
Peter Robinson can be held for a maximum of 48 hours without charge.
Today's threat from the Ulster Freedom Fighters, the cross-border incident and the recent warnings from the IRA, where they say people who supply the security forces will become legitimate targets, will inevitably escalate tension between the two communities in the province. Charles Hodson looks at what's behind these latest developments and what they mean for the future of the Anglo-Irish Accord. This is his report.
Peter Robinson has been in the forefront of the Unionist campaign against the Anglo-Irish Agreement ever since it was signed 9 months ago. Last March's Day of Action saw him urging a Belfast crowd in typically ferocious terms to condemn Mrs. Thatcher to death for murdering democracy in Ulster.
In passing sentence, I would have liked to have suggested the electric chair, but unfortunately there's power cuts in Ulster today.
The Day of Action, seen by many as the Unionist politicians' experiment with using street politics to further their cause, showed Mr. Robinson to be much at home with such tactics, though he was quick to condemn in public the more ugly incidents of loyalist intimidation and violence. Throughout the campaign, he's emphasised his belief in constitutional means while hinting darkly at less democratic ones.
I haven't the slightest doubt that the Anglo-Irish Agreement will be smashed. Now, the Prime Minister has to make the choice whether she negotiates the dismantling of the Anglo-Irish Agreement or whether she chooses to confront the people of Northern Ireland. Now, I hope, as a politician, that she'll allow it to be done by democratic and constitutional means rather than for it to be done through protest action and ugly scenes that none of us would want to see.
So won't he be embarrassed to be arrested during apparently ugly scenes south of the border today?
No, I think, as I understand it, Mr. Robinson was taken along as an observer last night. The organisers asked him to come along, and I think it's significant that the authorities in the south chose to single him out for arrest. He was the only person who was arrested, as I understand it, and it's quite obvious that it was a political move designed to try and embarrass the loyalists who were there.
The current marching season for both sides of Northern Ireland's sectarian divide has seen loyalist tempers flaring, above all with the police, whose job it has been to divert them from Catholic areas. There have been several examples of loyalist mobs running amok, most notably in the County Antrim village of Rasharkin, when, as in County Monaghan today,